Hello, Scorpio. My name is Agatha, and this is your astrological reading for the month of September 2016. In the 1st of September, there's a solar eclipse at 9 degrees of Virgo, and then on the 16th of September, there's a lunar eclipse at 24 degrees of Pisces. And eclipses always denote major transformations in one's life, in whatever the area of your chart where those eclipses fall. In your case, Scorpio, the solar eclipse on the 1st of September falls into your 11th house, and this means that there's new beginnings in terms of friends and friendships, of associations, of groups to which you belong to. Maybe you decide to join a new group, a new organization. Maybe something to do with, it could even be online, maybe you even have to pay to join this group and this organization. Maybe if you're a writer and if you want to up your writing skills, or if you want to have to present your work to other fellow groups of writers, then you might find an online group that has very good reputation, and either it costs you money to get in, or if it doesn't cost you money, it kind of costs you your self-esteem, because they can be harsh. So let's say you're a writer, you join this organization and this association, which is devoted to literature, that helps where fellow writers go to, and they present their work to other writers, see it and discuss it, and give tips on how to improve it. But their criticism is really harsh, really harsh, and you have to learn how to accept that type of criticism and how to make it into constructive criticism, on how to use it on a constructive way, even if it hurts you. And you have to learn how to move away from your hurt, from your personal hurt, from your, my feelings got, I was hurt in my personal feelings. You need to learn how to move away from that in order to have, in order to make your work better. Okay? It could be that. If it's not anything to do with writing, it could be, maybe you're a teacher, and maybe you join an online teaching association. I'm saying online, it could be anything else. And the same type of dynamics apply. If you are a creator of software, like educational software, for instance, or educational games, for instance, the same type of thing. You join some sort of association, a group, and you present your ideas, and every single one of them gets shut down, or they only keep, or they go to the root of the matter, to the root of what you presented, which has the best quality, and it's kind of like 90% of what you presented gets, this is crap, that's awful, don't do that. But like 10% of it's very good. So it might hurt your feelings, but if you keep focusing on the positive, you might turn that great idea and those great projects into gold by the help of others, through the help of others, even if they seem extremely harsh, and extremely critic of your work and your ideas. What else? This could be an actual group of friends, a new group of friends, not a group, not an association or something like that, but a new group, either a new friend or a new group of friends, or some sort of transformation within your friendship. But it could be a transformation within your friends, a group of friends, or a friend in particular. Let's say maybe a friend of yours is having a little brother or little sister. It could be that, but it could be like you having new friends, for instance. And these friends, spending time with them might cost you money. Let's say these friends are vegan, and every time you go out with them, it could be even one friend, you go to very expensive restaurants or places, and this is expensive, and or they could be very harsh and very critic of your values, And again, the same type of advice applies. You need to learn how to take the good of it, even if it hurts your feelings and your values. You can stand up for yourself and for your values without losing your temper, being very self-controlled, and at the same time use this as an opportunity to really analyze what are truly the values that matter to you, because Saturn is transiting in your second house, which is the house of finances, of money that you earn, but also your own personal values. Ninth house also, it's connected with values, but the values that really matter to you. What maybe through this criticism from a group of friends, or from a friend, or from a new friend, will help you go to the one value or the two values which are the most important for you. And without their criticism, you would not know this. What else? This could be also money that you get from your career, from your profession, from your vocation. That can be very little. Let's say you have clients, so they one pays a little bit and another pays a lot. So very little amounts of money, and not as much as you are used to, because it makes a square with Saturn in the second house. Saturn limits, the second house is your income. So the money that you get from your profession, from your vocation, is limited, and it will be limited for the next 6 months, and you'll have to work hard to get it. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm Scorpio rising myself. I don't like, learning this. But if you focus, it will help develop your body of work. Let's call it, and it will give you like a very positive reputation into the world. What else? If you write, if you work with books, for instance, or the written word or the spoken word. Let's say you're a comedian, or you do conferences about, again, I'm using the example of vegan, my experiences being a vegan, for instance, and you go on a conference circuit, and for the next 6 months you give a lot of conferences about this subject, or about your book, fiction or non-fiction. This could be very productive in terms of making your work being seen by others, by others at large. So people might be talking about you, people might be talking about your work. Large associations and groups might be talking about your work, okay? They might be liking what they see. What else? So this could also be connected with another thing. This new group of friends, they might not like. There might be a friend, I'm thinking new, but not necessarily. These friends might not like someone, whomever you're dating. You're dating someone and they don't like it. They don't like this person whom you are dating. Why? Because they think, or they sense, that this person is bad for you, or they see it's bad for you, and you are unable to see that this person is bad for you, Scorpio, or they are pretty much scamming you, and you are unable to see it, Scorpio. And these friends kind of are there to open up your mind and open up your eyes, because you don't see it. You don't see it in terms of your relationship with a romantic partner, for instance. Or if it's not a romantic partner, it could be something related to your kids. If it's not your kids, again, related to your artistic production, because the fifth house is the house connected with the arts. So maybe there's something about your work that you don't see, that your friends or this new group of friends can see. They can see it clearly, okay? And they will tell you. Again, I'm thinking group organization. Not exactly friends, it could be friends. Another thing the eclipse on the 11th house can mean is that you are around the 1st of September, you're making new long-term plans, because this is the 11th house, is the house of long-term plans, of hopes and wishes, what you wish for yourself. So you make a plan in order to achieve what you wish, achieve a certain wish and desire. So if you're making long-term plans, do not make a lot of them, because if you are overly ambitious, you will not be able to accomplish all that you want. So focus again on the most important thing to you. What is the most important thing to you? And make like one goal or two goals for the next 6 months. Let's say it's health. You want to be healthy. And let's say you want to work on, again, if you're a writer, I'm just using this as an example. You want to write that book. You want to write a series of books. So those are the two most important things to you. Maybe you should, work on those two things slowly and little every day, but it needs to be every day. There needs to be a consistency to it, and little by little, and before you know it, 6 months from now, you've accomplished something of great value, because you were not overly ambitious, because you focused, and two tiny little things. I'm saying two, it could be one, it could be three, it depends. And you're able to do that. For instance, writing a page every day, doing 10 minutes of exercise every day, just do it. Whatever your goal is, it needs to be connected with the most important things to you, to your values, to your principles, the thing that really matters to you, and you really need to be focused on that. So, and you set up a plan related to that, and which is not overly ambitious, and which doesn't have many things to do at once, but kind of one or two things, and you should work on it every day, okay? Little by little, okay? And then the lunar eclipse, Scorpio, which happens on the 16th of September, 24 degrees of Pisces, happens in your 5th house. So for some of you, it might be an ending to a love relationship, a love interest. And why does it end? Maybe because you open up your eyes finally, maybe because a friend of yours helped you and open up your eyes. Maybe you are having or were having a online relationship with someone for let's say a month, and this person started asking you for money. My son had a terrible accident, he needs money for an operation now. I got robbed, I need money now. I need to leave the country, I need money now. I'm terribly sick and ill, I need money now. Can you send me money now? Send me money now. If you're starting to hear this is a scam. You should Google military romance scams. They've been around for a while. The story is always the same. There are organizations who do this for a living, bad organizations. Don't send any type of money. So some of you, maybe it's a new relationship, even an online relationship, and this person asks you for money and you immediately cut off contact, which you should do. Or you have been sending money to this person for a very long time, and finally this person asks you for money again. You're like, I don't have anything else. I mean, I've given you everything. Either you stop contact, or I'm thinking he stops contact with you because you have no more money, because he's milked everything that he's got from you. Another thing, don't send nudes, don't send anything to these people. Don't send it, because or your personal details, because they're going to use this. They're going to use, if you send nude pictures, they're going to use this to blackmail you. These are evil organizations. They are bad organizations. Or they're going to use your details to commit crimes. Just protect yourself as much as you can, okay? Or if this is not an online relationship, there's a friend who's trying to open up your eyes. And I think around the 16th of September, he or she is able to do so. If this is a real relationship where you meet, where you know the person, it could be the same thing. Even if the person, you know him or her, it could be the same thing. This person isn't good for you, and you were just completely kind of, your eyes were closed because you were so in love with him or her, and this person might ask you for money, might even not tell you the real name, his real name or her real name, and again it might end because your eyes were opened up. Or it's maybe a matter of different types of wants. You want one thing, he wants another. maybe I'm saying he, could be a she, differences in terms of your principles and values. Let's say you want to have kids, and he doesn't see children in his life. You might end the relationship because of this, because he has or even religious values, let's say you're very spiritual and he's an atheist. I'm just giving you this as an example, but in terms of values there might be a difference, there might be a clash, which might determine the end of this relationship, which again I don't think this is a good relationship for you. If it's not that, maybe you have a hobby which is costing you a lot of money and you need money for other things, because money is tight, so you need to end this hobby. If it's not that, it could be like maybe you play on the market, maybe you play on the stock market, and you maybe around the 16th of September you have a very bad news. I hope not. Maybe you lost a lot. I hope not. Something like that, or come to the realization, can come to the realization that you don't have enough money to keep on doing this, because you need to save, and the money that you have needs to go to other places, like the rent, for instance, or utilities, or whatever. And you don't have enough money to play on the stock market, so you decide for the next 6 months not to play it, not to go there, and just, you can't, for instance. What else? This might be connected with the kid of yours, with a child. For instance, a child could be even a grown-up child. There's a culmination in his life or her life. Let's say he finishes up college, maybe not the grades that he wants to, or he gets to have the job. So there's a lot of interviews. He went to a lot of interviews. Why do I say he? Because this makes a square with Saturn. With Saturn. No, more with Mars in the second house. Mars connects with males. So he went to several interviews and he got the job, or he got the internship. But the money he's gonna get is very little or none. So he's not exactly completely happy about it. He got the job, yeah, fabulous, but he's not gonna be paid a lot. So there's some sort of something like that going on, or again it could be like a love relationship that your son ends, or your daughter ends, something that just finalizes, or maybe he or she is in a job and they're not paying them, so she needs to go, or he needs to leave this job because they're not paying them, or him or her. Or it could be, let's say you have a kid and he's very gifted, or she's gifted, and is in terms of music, for instance, or in terms of art, or anything like that. So you need to put him or her into a special school to develop his talents or her talents. But that's going to cost you money. Let's say he or she has the talent to sing opera. I'm saying opera, could be anything else, or music, but you put him or her on a special school just for gifted kids, and it's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you a lot, and for the next 6 months it's going to be tight in that way. If it's not that, it could be that a kid of yours has a health issue, and it's been diagnosed finally, and finally you know what it is. And for the next 6 months to treat your child is going to cost money. It's going to cost money. You have to make certain, sacrifices. What else? So there could be many different things, many different manifestations of this energy. And that's it, Scorpio. This is the reading that I have for you for September 2016. This is a very general reading. If you'd like a private consultation, please send an email to duniazad@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you.